welcome back to Faith and Flour. If you're new here, my name is Robin. In today's video, I'm going to be doing some cleaning and also some decluttering and simplifying. I was out all morning, and when I got home, this package was waiting for me. I was really excited to open it up. It's a bunch of new glass containers for storing food. These are the OXO or OXO brand Good Grip Smart Seal containers, and I got various sizes in a rectangular shape. The lids on these are so sturdy. They are microwave, oven, and freezer safe, and I love the rectangular shape because everything fits into the refrigerator so easily. I bought these to replace some glass containers that I have had and used for years, and the problem isn't the glass, it's the lids. They have started cracking. Some of them are broken entirely. They don't seal well, they leak, so I can't use them for freezing or for liquid foods very well anymore. I searched high and low for replacements, but they don't make these particular brand of bowls anymore. So I'm going to pack these up and take them to the donation center today, along with any of the lids that are somewhat usable. I think someone might still find a use for these, and I hate to toss them out, so that's where these are gonna go. Before I continue with the rest of the decluttering that I have planned for today, I'm going to fix some lunch for Patrick and I because I came home starving, and I know he is too. And I wanted to share this recipe with you. A lot of you guys have requested plant-based recipes that we love and cookbooks, and this is one of my favorite. It's the Minimalist Baker's Everyday Cooking, and this is one of our favorite recipes out of this book. It's the creamy tomato and herb bisque soup. It is so delicious and so easy, and I'm a huge fan of tomato soup, and this is one of the best I've ever had. It is just perfect for a cold, wet day like it is here today. I actually made this soup yesterday, and so we are having some leftovers from that, but it's a great lunch recipe because it's so easy to put together. You basically throw all of the ingredients into the pot, warm it up, and then you can cream it with an immersion blender or transfer it to a regular blender, and in no time you have this delicious soup. And this is one of those soups that is great for leftovers because it tastes even better the next day when all of the flavors have had a chance to come together and develop. You can find this recipe book along with all of the containers that I use in my Amazon store, and the link for that is in the description box below. The dishwasher was running while we were having lunch, so I'm going to go ahead and wash our lunch dishes by hand and the new containers that I bought so that I can start using them. that the kitchen is clean and tidy, I'm moving on to some of the other decluttering that I had planned for today. And if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you might know that I do the 10-item wardrobe. And as part of that, I really like to declutter things as we start a new season and I start to prepare my wardrobe for that season. The 10-item wardrobe is a capsule wardrobe concept that was created by Jennifer L. Scott. She has a YouTube channel called The Daily Connoisseur, and she's the author of the Madame Chic book series. So if you guys want more information on that, I have my 10-item wardrobe videos in the description box for you to check out. But basically what I'm doing today is going through my drawers and finding the things that I haven't worn in a while that I know I'm not going to be including in my wardrobe, and also things that are just worn out or need replacement. I have really thinned out and culled a lot of my wardrobe over the last couple years as I've started implementing the 10-item wardrobe system. So today I'm just going through a lot of sort of the boring basic items that I've allowed to accumulate, like socks and little camisole undershirts. And also I have a big pile of t-shirts in my closet that I've sort of been holding on to for doing like yard work or working out, and I have way more than I need. So I'm going through a lot of those things today, and I'll be pulling those out and packing them up to take to the donation center along with the things from the kitchen. I'm also going to do a little rearranging. I'm taking the scarves that I've been storing in my lingerie drawer and moving them to this flat drawer in my closet where I've been keeping my summer nightgowns. So I'm basically going to swap them, put the summer nightgowns in here along with the lingerie, which makes more sense. And then this drawer is nice and flat, and because it's here in my closet, I think that I will remember to use my scarves more often because they're going to be accessible as I'm getting ready in the morning. It also makes more sense because this is where I store all of my long scarves. I have them hanging right here in my closet on a tie rack. And so now that they're consolidated, I'm hoping that I'm going to remember to use them more because they're great accessories, especially in the colder months. And there's still plenty of room to keep this small clutch bag that I like to store in this drawer, along with some buttons, threads, and handbag receipts that I like to keep here. The drawer below is where I keep my socks, underwear, and bras. That drawer is good to go, so I'm going to skip over it and start digging into this drawer where I keep all of my workout wear. And so I have items for yoga in here. I know a couple of those things I can get rid of, and then a bunch of t-shirts because we hike and I like to have a lot of those on hand, but some of them I've just sort of collected from various places and they're not even the right size. Some of them are just past their best, and so they need to be tossed. And I'm just going through each, and then when everything has been sorted, I can put away the things I want to keep and just keep a pile going for the things that can go to the donation center or that just need to be going into the trash. I'm learning to be a little more ruthless with each round of decluttering that I do. I guess I'm getting a little bit better at recognizing the things that I know I'm not going to wear and not holding on to things that are really past their prime either. I know I hold on to a lot of things like old jeans and old shorts for doing yard work and things like that, and it's okay to have 1 or 2 pairs of those, but I don't need more than that. So anything like that is going to get donated if it's still in good shape, and if it's not, I will just go ahead and throw it away. And I'm also learning to let go of any guilt, because sometimes I think we feel really bad about giving away something that we spent good money on, but if we're not using it, then we're not getting our money's worth out of it anyway, and I can feel good about passing that on to someone who might really enjoy it. After the decluttering was finished, I spent the rest of the afternoon doing some editing and various other things, and before I knew it, it was time to start dinner. Tonight I'm just going to make another simple recipe, and I wanted to roast butternut squash to add to it. So I got some really great advice from you guys from a previous video where I was showing you my butternut squash soup recipe. And so it was Solange, Carla, and Cricket75. You guys all said that roasting the butternut squash seeds like pumpkin seeds turns out great, so I decided to give that a try tonight. Thank you guys so much. I also got a great tip from Noelia, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Please forgive me if I'm butchering it, but it was so good I wanted to share it here even though I'm not using it tonight. If I were going to be using this butternut squash in a soup or a stew, I could just roast it with the skin on, and if you roast it long enough, it will soften up and you can just puree it into the soup. I definitely plan to give that a try. It sounds great, and I imagine that the added flavor and nutrients from the skin is really beneficial, so I just wanted to let you guys know about that because it sounds like a great tip. And I appreciate when you guys leave me tips like that in the comment box more than you know, and I will try to share them with you here, so in case you're not reading through the comments, you won't miss out on any really good nuggets of information. It was a little bit of a chore to separate the pumpkin seeds from the pulp, but it turned out to be really worth it. I just put them on my little toaster oven pan because there were just a few of them. I tossed them with a little bit of olive oil and salt, and then I roasted them for about 5 to 10 minutes at about 400 to 425 degrees. And when they start popping, you know that they're ready. Roast the butternut squash, I just put them on a Silpat lined baking sheet, drizzle them with some olive oil, and then toss them with a little bit of dried spices, salt, and pepper. And then I spread them evenly and bake them in the oven at 450 degrees for about 30 minutes. Glass containers and dishes from earlier that I left on the counter to air dry are almost dry, but I'm going to finish them off and put them away while the butternut squash is roasting. Excited to have some more of these glass pieces from OXO or OXO. I had a few pieces previously, and I love how you can store them nesting inside of each other so they take up less space in the cabinet. And I like keeping all of the lids together in a plastic container so that I can slide it in and out. I know where all the lids are going to be, and because these are all from the same brand, it's going to make it a little bit easier to find the lid that works. I only used about half of the butternut squash in the recipe that I was making tonight, and the rest I'm going to store to add to something else. They're really great in a salad or even just as a side dish by themselves, and I'm going to put one of my new containers to work right away. And you can see the roasted pumpkin seeds on this little tray for my toaster oven. I'll tell you, they did not last long. They were a huge hit with Patrick and Peyton, and I know I'm going to be doing that the next time I make butternut squash. I hope today's video gave you some motivation and inspiration for cleaning, decluttering, and simplifying your home. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and if you're new here, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with me today. I look forward to seeing you in the comments and in the next video. Have a great week.